Kendra Arch this morning from the Sugar Buzz Pantry. Thank you so much for being here.
No problem at all.
Been fun watching the weather from over here, smelling all these wonderful
It
smells.
does smell good, doesn't it?
My goodness. Well,
Yum,
it's
yum.
graduation and picnic season, of course. A lot of us are going to be heading outdoors for the summer
Exactly.
and, you know, needing to bring treats for whatever it is that you're doing outside. And you've got some great ideas for us.
So I made a couple different recipes that I have been dying to try. So, and I know that when you go to a graduation party or a family picnic, you want to try almost everything if they have a nice big dessert table. So what my thought was, let's put them into smaller bite sizes so you don't feel so guilty when you take, you know, 5 or 6 or 7 different types of desserts. And there's nothing worse, at least for me, when I see little kids who want to go and they want to try it, but then they don't like it. So instead of a nice big bar or a cupcake or something like that, just give them a little taste, and then if they like it, then they can always go back and get something else.
Or mom and dad, you know, I'll speak for myself. I'm hovering over them going, you can only have one.
Right,
if you're in these little teeny,
they're little ones, it's a little bit more forgiving.
Yeah, okay, maybe you can have 2.
Good train of thought. I like it.
You can have 2.
Yeah.
So I just came up with a couple of different ideas, and most of these, or all of these recipes are on my website, and I found them through different links on the web. So all those links are to the original recipes on my website. So, but the one that I'm going to show how to do is your basic, like your peanut blossom that you make usually at Christmas time, only a little different twist on it. You just take your peanut butter cookie recipe and you just make it into a small little ball. And the recipe I have on the website will make about 2½ dozen. And I like to use my little mini muffin pan here. You just take your ball of cookie dough and you just stick it into your mini muffin pan, which you should spray first, treat. And then just press it down just a little bit. And then once it's all full, put it back into the oven, or put it into the oven for probably about 8 to 10 minutes, depending on what your recipe is. Calls for at 350 or 375. When you pull it out, as soon as you pull it out, I have these little mini Reese's peanut butter cups.
Those are tiny.
They're tiny and they're
dangerous.
dangerous.
You can find them in the store?
Are they? Yeah. You
Yeah,
can.
my wife knows about
Yes,
those.
you can usually find them in the candy aisle. These aren't in the baking aisle, but they're awesome because, you know, if you just need a little hit of chocolate and peanut butter, these are great. But once they're warm, still when they're warm, press it right into the center, and when they come out, they're going to look like this.
That looks wonderful.
And normally, you know, with a peanut blossom, you're going to have just, you could put a chocolate kiss in there, or you could put something else. So this is your little peanut butter cup with a little surprise inside.
So do you put it back in the oven after you put those on?
The heat from it will melt it right in. And then you do have to let them cool in the pan completely, though, so about 30 minutes. And then they will just come right out. And if they don't, just loosen it up a little bit with a plastic knife around it, and then they'll pop right out.
Wonderful. All right.
So, and then another idea I had is just regular chocolate chip cookie dough. Doing the exact same method right there, only putting a Rolo in the middle of it.
Oh, see, now that's my speed. I'm not so much on the peanut butter, but the caramel,
Put a Rolo in the middle of it. Just put a little bit of a couple of marshmallows on top, and then drizzle it, so you kind of have a caramel s'more.
And it's beautiful.
Oh,
it's beautiful.
Sounds great.
And so another idea, you know, here you have a large. If you want to make your presentation table look a little bit nicer, instead of just having a whole bunch of bars, if you want to just put them in little cupcake wrappers like this, you know, makes it give a little bit of color onto your table, or your larger bars. I would put some larger bars out for the adults in the crowd that know that they only want one dessert. But some of them, all you have to do, just take a knife. Normally on a 9x13 pan, you can get 15 to 20 bars. And if you cut them in half, you're going to get twice as many. So you can just stick them right into a serving cup if that's something that you want to do, just add more color and put it on your serving tray.
That's such a great idea. And this little one right here with the orange top here, this is a brownie too.
It's a brownie.
So cookie dough. This is a cupcake. That's a brownie.
A brownie. You just make your brownie recipe and once again put it into your mini muffin pan. Let it cool. Those you do have to let cool completely, especially if they are your fudgy brownies, and which takes about 30 minutes. And then those, like for graduation, decorate them with your school colors. Like Viroqua, where we're from, is orange and black. So you put a little bit of orange on top and black sprinkles, or blue and white, or red and white, whatever colors.
Blue and gray.
Blue and gray.
For high school, at least.
All right. Well, then you're going to have to find some gray icing and some blue sprinkles on top. So it's really easy.
Really neat. Well, let's tell these folks. Kendra is offering classes, and you can learn more about that at thesugarbuzzpantry.com or email her at kendra@thesugarbuzzpantry.com. we'll be putting up the recipes from today on our website as well, wkbt.com. So yeah, if this is something that you're interested in, this is marvelous, and it seems really easy.
It is. It's not hard at all. It isn't. I mean, it's taking your basic recipe and just putting it into a pan instead of making a 9 by 13. Might be a little bit more time consuming, but I think in the end it gives it a different presentation, and you know, you get your little bite-sized ones as well.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Kendra.
Well, thanks for having me.
We'll be right back.